Hello and good evening students, and welcome to today's daily quiz presented to you by BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Before we start with the quiz, here is a very quick announcement that we are having a live free workshop on when is the right time to start the UPSC CSE preparation, which will be available exclusively on the Byjus Exam Prep app. So it will be held on 18th March at 6 p.m. So do not forget to attend the workshop. The link for the same is available in the video description. Our first question is, how many of the pairs are correctly matched? Umang app to provide lightning forecasts, Mausam app to provide weather forecasts, Damini app to provide agromet advisory, that is agro-meteorological advisory. Now, according to an answer given by our Union Minister Jitendra Singh, he said that IMD has been taking various steps in order to improve the dissemination of the information with regards to weather amongst the public. So for that, they have already launched 7 of its services, including current weather, nowcast, city forecast, rainfall information, tourism forecast, warnings and cyclones with the Umang app, which is a one-stop app of the Government of India for all the governance needs. Apart from that, the IMD in 2020, it has also developed an app, Mausam, for weather forecasting, Meghdoot for providing agromet advisory, that is agricultural advisory based on the climate. Apart from that, they have also made an app known as Damini for providing lightning related alerts to the public. So out of these, this is incorrect. Umang app is a one-stop app of the Government of India for all the governance needs of the public. Lightning forecasts are provided by the Damini app. This is correct. Yes, Mausam app is to provide weather forecasts to the public. The Damini app, it is for lightning forecast and not for agromet advisory. It is Meghdoot app that is used for this. So over here, our correct answer is B. The next question is, identify the correct statements. Milk is included while calculating the core inflation. Operation Flood led to India becoming the world's biggest exporter of milk. Now, according to this editorial in the Indian Express, there has been an increase in the prices of the milk because of shortage of supply. So, according to latest inflation figures, year on year, in the month of February, the inflation in milk prices alone was 9.65%. Now, why was that so? Why has there been such an inflation? It has been very beautifully explained over here that during the COVID, the demand for milk and milk products, it reduced drastically due to the closure of shops, restaurants, hotels because of the lockdown. Also, there was an increase in the price of fodder and the feed that the farmers they give to their cattle. So the farmers, they started to underfeed the cows, they started to underfeed the calves which were not giving any milk. Now when these calves grew up, or when these cows they started lactating, because they were not fed properly previously, their productivity declined, and that has now culminated in the shortage of milk in the country. So when we talk about core inflation, again, core inflation is inflation in the goods and services in the country, excluding the inflation in energy and the food sector, because these sectors, they are very volatile in nature. So to reduce the volatility of the inflation, apart from headline inflation, core inflation is also calculated. Because milk is a food product, so it is not included in core inflation. Operation Flood, which eventually led to the White Revolution and which was led by the National Dairy Development Board, it led to India becoming the world's biggest producer of milk. We are still not the biggest exporter of milk because most of the milk that is produced in the country gets consumed within the domestic market. So this is also incorrect, and our correct answer is D. Next is about security bond military exercise. We have to find out of these which all countries they are involved in this exercise. Now China has released a statement that the naval forces of Russia, Iran and China, they are conducting a security bond 2023 exercise in the Gulf of Oman region. Now, apart from these countries, many other countries, they are also participating in the exercise. However, China hasn't given out the names of these other countries. So over here, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. Russia, China and Iran are, and China is leading this military exercise. So our correct answer over here is B. Now the next question is about the Vostro accounts. If the UCO Bank of India holds an account for a Russian bank, Gazprom, then which of the following statements are true regarding this? The account is a Vostro account for UCO Bank. The account is a Nostro account for Gazprom Bank. The currency which will be maintained in this account will be rubles, which is the currency of Russia. Now, to increase the trade in rupee and reduce our dependence upon US dollars as the international currency of trade, the RBI released guidelines for opening up of Vostro accounts. Now, this is especially important for trade with countries like Russia, which have various sanctions against them by the United States of America. And because US dollar is the currency of USA, we are not allowed to trade in US dollars with Russia. In order to maintain that trade, that is why we have started the rupee denominated trade. So what happens in Vostro accounts? A foreign bank like Gazprom, they open an account in a domestic bank like UCO Bank. Now this account, it is known as a Vostro account of UCO Bank, and the same account, it is known as Nostro account of Gazprom. The foreign bank which is opening the account in the domestic bank, that foreign bank is opening a Nostro account, while that domestic bank, it is opening a Vostro account. Now, one very important fact about this is that the Vostro or the Nostro account, the currency within this account, it is the domestic currency. That is the currency of the bank over which it has been opened. In this case, the currency will be Indian rupee and not ruble. If UCO Bank, it opens an account in Gazprom in rubles, then that will be a Vostro account for Gazprom and a Nostro account for UCO Bank. So out of these statements, this is a correct statement. Yes, it is a Vostro account of UCO Bank. This is also correct. It is a Nostro account for Gazprom. This, however, is not correct. The currency which will be maintained in this account will be in Indian rupee. So our correct answer over here is A. Now a PYQ from the year 2019 with reference to India's 5-year plans. Which of the following statements are correct? From the second 5-year plan, there was a determined thrust towards substitution of basic and capital goods industries. The fourth 5-year plan adopted the objective of correcting the earlier trend of increased concentration on wealth and economic power. In the fifth 5-year plan, for the first time, the financial sector was included as an integral part of the plan. Now, in the second 5-year plan, India adopted the policy of rapid industrialization. So, this was to emphasize on the development of basic and heavy industries so that we can reduce our import bills. So, this is a correct statement. The fourth 5-year plan, it emphasized on the reduction of concentration of incomes, wealth and economic power in a few hands. So this is also correct because the fourth 5-year plan, it wanted to bring about social equality in the country by correcting the increased concentration of wealth and economic power in a few hands. The fifth 5-year plan, the major aim of this plan was removal of poverty and achievement of self-reliance. So, Garibi Hatao was the major focus of this particular plan, which went on from the year 1974 till 1978. However, after the change in government in 1978, this fifth 5-year plan, it was terminated 1 year before its expiry date. So over here, this is a wrong statement. It did not focus on the financial sector. It was focusing again on the social sector, especially with regards to removal of poverty. In fact, the financial sector was included in the fourth five-year plan itself, where 14 banks of the country, they were nationalized. So our correct answer over here is A. Now we come to the fact of the day, which is about Colombo Security Conclave. The Indian Coast Guard region, it organized the fourth tabletop exercise in Kolkata under the Colombo Security Conclave in order to discuss the maritime challenges in the Indian Ocean region. Now, Colombo Security Conclave. So, you know that there must be at least two countries over here. India, and what is the country which has the capital of Colombo? That is Sri Lanka. Now this conclave, it was formed in the year 2011 with the involvement of three countries: India, Sri Lanka and Maldives. So it was a security grouping developed by these three countries for the security in the Indian Ocean region. It was later expanded and Mauritius joined eventually as a fourth member, and later even Bangladesh and Seychelles, they have joined this conclave as observer countries. The conclave provides a common platform to all its members and observer states with regards to improving regional cooperation amongst each other to reach the common security objectives of all the littoral or surrounding nations of the Indian Ocean region. The main aims of this particular conclave is to make maritime security, marine pollution response, maritime search and rescue as major priorities of this region. Now this conclave, it also fulfills the goals of two other international relations strategies that have been adopted by India. That is the Sagar strategy, which is security and growth for all in the region, and the neighborhood first strategy. And that is why this conclave is very important for India in order to increase its cooperation with the surrounding countries and to check increasing hegemony of China in the Indian Ocean region. So that is all about today's daily quiz. I hope you were able to understand all the concepts discussed over here. So do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such content. Thank you very much and have a very good day ahead.